Hi everyone, I'm Adriel from the Smart Nation and Digital Government Office. A very good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. So before we begin the session, I would like to introduce a few admin details for you to take note of. If you have any questions during the session, please feel free to type them in the Q&A button through the chat. All right, so this will be the way to communicate with us. So we will attend to your Q&A questions towards the end of the session. So after this entire webinar, we will have a short survey. So do stick with us. And just to let you know, this program is part of a Smart Nation Together channel webinar. So this webinar is organized by the Smart Nation office, and it is about webinars on digital and tech. So if you want to find out more about Smart Nation Together channels, you can take a look at the link that we send in the chat, right? So that is where we have the other free programs as well. So for today's session, right, we will be recording this and putting this online on our Smart Nation YouTube. This video, together with the slides and also some handouts, will be made available to you on Wednesday. We will email every one of you the details, the documents as well, so that you can refer to this. And today we have with us Kirby from Emerge MLAB. So he will be sharing with us how to go about using Google My Business. This is something that is very key to a lot of the small businesses and also our day-to-day lives, right, as to when we search for products. So if you know of a friend or family member who has their own business, they can also point them right to this recording or this webinar after you receive the link on Wednesday. So without further ado, I will now pass on to Kirby, right, to take it from here.
Hi, thanks for participating in this webinar. I'm Kirby. Let me just briefly go through with you what you hear from me today. So I'll go through a little bit of intro, a lot about GMB setup. GMB means Grow My Business. So a lot about GMB setup, a short demo. I'll let you have a look at our account so that you can get familiarized with a number of things within your account once you set it up. And what to do next? Essentially today, we won't just be going through setting up GMB. I'll also guide you on how to optimize various parts of GMB as well, so that you get more out of Google's platform. Okay. What I would also like to encourage you to do is don't do nothing. Once you're finished with this webinar, do something about it. Take action. We will be providing you step-by-step setup guide, a step-by-step setup guide that actually teaches you how to set up your GMB account. And also there are hints in the guide to teach you how to go about optimizing your account as well. So if you hit any road bumps for setting up your GMB account, you could always email us for help as well. We've actually provided you our email contact within the guide, at the back of the guide, so that you can drop us a note if you do meet with any issues setting up your own account. So a little bit about Emerge MLAB. This is me. I'm Kirby. I specialize in search marketing and web design. And we are a little homegrown digital marketing outfit. If you want to find out more about us, just go to emerge360.co. So first thing first, is this webinar for you? This GMB is not for all types of businesses. There are certain businesses that are not eligible to use GMB. But if you are, then this will be a really helpful platform for you. Let us go through what are the businesses that are eligible for GMB, all right, so that you know. The first thing is, if your business can make in contact person, or if your business makes in contact person within particular business hours, then chances are you should be eligible for eligible to use GMB. Right. So the type of businesses that are eligible for GMB are generally categorized into 3 different types of categories. First thing is, if your business owns a storefront, then you are eligible to set up GMB. What is a storefront? Essentially, it's a physical location whereby business is conducted. Right? You have got staff at the location serving customers. Right? So examples of business storefront are retail shops, supermarkets, clinics, restaurant and bars, hotels, hair and facial salons, showrooms, car workshops, for example. The other categories of business is service area business. So if you don't have a storefront, which is quite common nowadays, if you send people out to customers' location to provide them with services, you are eligible for GMB use as well. So what are some of these examples? So for example, if you're a plumber, electrician, if you are a renovation contractor, if you don't have any physical office, if you are a cleaning service, or even nowadays, if you are in a food service business whereby you have a virtual kitchen or cloud kitchen, and you when customers order something, a meal, and you cook it in your virtual kitchen and you send it to customers, you are eligible to use GMB as well. And if you are a hybrid business, meaning you have a storefront at the same time, you also make deliveries to customers, you are also eligible for GMB usage. So examples are restaurants, which is very common nowadays, retail shops, law firms, for example, whereby you might actually visit clients at their office, they are also eligible for GMB as well, and also interior design companies, for example. Right? Of course, there are also businesses that are not eligible for GMB. Essentially, these type of businesses only use a particular location on a temporary basis. For example, if you are a rental or for sale property, like for example, if you have a show apartment, marketing properties, for example, then you cannot register that particular location in a Google My Business account. If you are conducting a class or a conference over, let's say, over a 1 week period, then that's only temporary. Then you are not eligible to use GMB to register that particular location or that particular events in GMB. Or if you are a lead generation agent or companies and you are working for another business to generate leads for them, then you're not eligible to use GMB as well. Right? So Google is really quite stringent about the type of businesses that will be eligible for using their platform. So because many of us here are probably have got a storefront or on a retail business, we want to try to understand whether retail will still be around with the advance of the online or e-commerce platform. What I would like to tell you is a UK mobile tech company called Bliss conducted a study on Singaporean shopping behavior in 2020. Their finding is 56% of Singaporeans still prefer in-store shopping. Right? 49% still consider shopping as a hobby, right? Which is what is characteristics of us, and 63% like to evaluate product at a store before they purchase online. Right? So this actually shows that retail is alive and kicking. It's just that it's been transformed. So what the MD of Bliss says is that retail is not dead, right? It is just that consumer preferences and behaviors are changing rapidly. And although physical stores are still part of the shopper's journey, it includes a number of other things as well. Essentially, touch points on the multiple devices like your desktop, the tablets, the mobile phones, they are important, right? Which I'm sure every one of us here has similar experience. So online presence is important to businesses with physical stores, right? And Google study supports it. Right, so this study is a little bit dated. But it shows that 93% of the buyers research online before they purchase, right? And almost all of these online searches are done using Google search, right? Which this graph will show, right? This is a survey done in Singapore. So almost all of us are using Google search engine in Singapore. Right, so what about drivers in Singapore? Right, the next slide, I'll show you market share, not in Singapore because I couldn't find any study in Singapore, but this is in the US. Google Maps is used by 67% of people who are using maps in the US. I suspect in Singapore it's probably more, right? Because we have got a few competition in Singapore, right? For maps. So I suspect it is more. So why do I bring up maps, right? The reason is because Google Maps is not just for drivers to view maps and getting directions. The purpose of Google Maps is also to find local businesses as well. So since we know that Google Maps and Google Search is essential, how as businesses can we get on search and maps? Right? First of all, we should try to understand what Google wants. Right? Google wants to present the most relevant, the most reliable information available to people who are searching for it in the most useful manner. Right? And for us businesses, if you want to get featured by Google Search and Google Maps, this is what we really need to do. Right? We have got to be providing relevant, reliable information that matches what users of the platform are looking for. And the other thing is, we have got to be showing people and Google particularly the value of our business or the information that we put to potential customers, and we need to show that we are credible, we are trustworthy. And the best platform to use, in my opinion, is Google's own platform to be able to show this, right? And what more will Google trust, right? It is their own platform, which is what GMB is able to offer. And Google My Business is free. It's free for us businesses to use, right? That's why it is something that is beneficial to us, and it's nothing that and it's a platform that we can use and not pay for it. So what's Google My Business? Essentially, is a easy to use tool for businesses and organizations to manage their online presence across Google, right? Including search and maps. Right, so next, let me show you the kind of benefits businesses and you will be able to enjoy if you are on Google My Business. Okay, these are the three places that you will actually show up, or your business will actually show up. The first is knowledge panel, which I show you what it is later. The local pack, which I'll show you what it is as well, and of course Google Maps. Right? I will show you an example of one of our clients. It's a chiropractic health and wellness clinic. They're actually one of the top Kairos in Singapore. We set up their GMB account about 3 years ago. Okay, so this is knowledge panel. Can you imagine if a potential customer of yours, a prospect of yours, were to insert, for example, chiropractic health and wellness clinic? That box that's highlighted in red on the right would show up information about your business that Google presents. What do you think your prospect would think about you? Adds credibility, right? Imagine if a prospect, a potential customer, were to look for your business. Take, for example, chiropractic clinic near Shenton Way, right? And if your business, if your clinic is located in that vicinity, and it shows up, can you imagine what would it do to your business? Will it actually be drawing more customers to your storefront? It could, right? The next is if a driver were to search in maps, for example, chiropractic clinic near Shenton Way, and your clinic shows up, or actually a number of clinics actually show up. And what would I actually do? Could it actually draw more customers to your location? You could, right? Yep. So these are the 3 benefits of using Google My Business. It could actually show up on certain assets of Google, right? If you were to set it up and then you will optimize it. I'm not saying that for sure it will show up, but at least it increases the probability of your business showing up. So how do you set up Google My Business? So from here, we actually go through that. The first thing is, if you want to search for the place whereby you can actually set up, all you need to do is just type Google My Business within the browser or within a search. Hopefully you use Chrome because it'll probably be more accurate in that case. If you use Chrome and then you type Google My Business, the listing for Google My Business will actually show up. You will see 2. One is a Singapore website. The other one is a US website. It doesn't matter which one you access because eventually you would be going to the same place, right? So just type in Google My Business, choose one of it, and you will land on this particular page, all right, which is a Google My Business landing page. All right, so you sign in, and if you don't have a Google, if you don't have a Google account, you could actually create a Google account. You can create the Google account either using a Gmail account or a non-Gmail account. Right? It doesn't matter. Once you are in Google My Business and you're ready to set up, this will be the very first screen that you'll see. It will ask you to look for your business. Okay, you probably may ask, okay, before going into that, essentially, Google My Business setup, what Google has done is that it's actually set up a wizard process. That means a series of steps to help you set up your Google My Business account. So the screenshots that I'm actually showing you is that wizard that process those steps that would actually be helping you set up a Google My Business account. You don't have to take any photos of your screen. You just need to focus on what I'm going to share with you. Just need to have an idea what you might actually be seeing, because the PDF documents that and guides that we'll actually be sending across to you will show you these screens as well. And using those guides, you'll be able to help you set up your account as well. Right, so just pay attention. The reason why we are actually giving you resources is so that you really could set up your own account and then use it for your business. Right, so going back to the landing page. Okay, you'll probably be asking why, even though you have never done anything or you have never recorded anything or your business on any Google platform, why would they know that you have a business on in the internet? Okay, essentially, Google has got a crawler that crawls the internet and gather information on the internet and store on your database. So when you register your business, you could actually, this information could actually be captured by some of the websites out there that gathers information on registered businesses. And because Google's crawler crawls through this website, they're able to then capture the information on your website and then store on your database. That's why sometimes if you were to land on this page and you look for your business, which is what you're required to, you may find your business in there. But if you don't, that's fine. You can always then enter the information and register your business and record your business in there. Right? We will go through the screens whereby you couldn't find your business. The reason is because there are more screens to actually go through. But if you could find your business, you could choose that. The only thing is you are probably going through fewer screens, but essentially you will still be going through the same type of screens. Okay, so once you enter your business name, okay, once you are not able to find your business and you click next, you come to this screen whereby you enter your business name. Right? So how do you enter your business name? Okay, the first thing is use your trading name. But sometimes the trading name of your store or your shop may be different from the company name that you register. Right? So use your trading name instead of your registered company name. Right? And if the trading name doesn't have any business entity mentioned, like for example, the private limited company, the private limited or the LLP, then don't put in private limited or LLP. Don't put in the business entity, just use the trading name. Of course, if your trading name includes private limited or LLP, then put those in. Right? The most important thing is you have got to be consistent with your actual physical setup. But after putting in the business name, put in the business category. Right? So choose a business category that is closest to the nature of your business. Right? Sometimes you may not be able to find such a category in the list of the categories that are shown. Doesn't matter, just choose the more general category that describes most precisely the nature of your business. So that is adequate as well. But of course, don't choose any category that is not related to your business at all. So once you're done that, over the next 3 steps, it would be Google trying to qualify whether your business is eligible for GMB or not. So the first thing they would ask you is whether you've got a storefront, right? So if you have, click yes. If you don't have, just click no. And then we'll go to the next screen. Right? If you, any business, whether it's even for registered business without any storefront, you have to register an address, right? So put in your address. If you have a storefront, put in the address of your storefront, right? So the format to use would be the format that we use in Singapore, which is the block name followed by your streets, your road name or street name, and then followed by the unit number, right? Postal code and postal code is very important because postal code in Singapore, when we use postal code, it is the precise location of where that particular store is located. So postal being accurate on postal code is very important. Right, this is to indicate whether you are a service area business or not. So if you are, choose yes. If you are not, then choose no. Okay, this is an optional screen. You can choose to enter, you can choose not to. If you don't have any idea what to enter, my recommendation to you is enter Singapore, right? So that you cover the entire Singapore. But if you don't, which anyway, most of us businesses do anyway, right? If you don't, that's fine as well. If you choose Singapore, but the customers that you serve is actually within a smaller area, you can always add up to 20 different service areas later in info section, which I'll show you where it is when I'm logged into my account. So the next step is to put in your contact information. All right, so first is put in your phone number. Okay, so you put in your primary phone number. And but if you've got multiple numbers, Google My Business supports that as well. You can add up to 2 more phone numbers later in the info section that I mentioned just now. The other thing is, if you have got a website, existing website, you could actually put in your existing website as well. If you don't have, then and you want a free one, you could always just pick the third option. Later on, I'll show you how to actually set up the free website. If you don't need a website, you just choose don't need. But I would strongly encourage you to set up a website. Any business will actually need one. If you don't have, please do. If you are actually using a free website, I would encourage you to consider setting up your own website, because in the online for online presence in the digital world, the website is the only thing that we own. Okay, next is specify whether you want to receive any updates from Google. Right? If you don't want to, that's fine. If you want to, that's fine as well. I'm sure Google want you to receive more updates from them. Okay, this is why I mentioned Google trusts their own platform, because when you set up Google My Business and you want to use it, you have to verify whether your store and your business exist or not, right? Particularly your business. What Google would do is, in Singapore, they will send you a postcard with a number code in the postcard that you have to use it to verify your account. Very much like how we verify our account whenever we set up a new email account. It's the same way. It's just that for Google, they actually use a physical postcard in Singapore. So you need to state the name where you want Google to print on the postcard so that it goes to the right person. You probably will be able to see other methods whereby you can use to verify your Google My Business account. There are other methods. there's the phone, the email, and there's also an automated verification method as well. Okay, but so far I have hardly seen a verification method that is done by phone, email, or even auto. Okay, I have seen them. It's not as if I've never seen them before. I've seen them during circuit breaker. Right? That's the only time that I've seen them. Right? During the circuit breaker, I've actually activated accounts, clients accounts using phone method. I've also done automated method as well, right? But only when the website with all the relevant contact information on the website is verified by Google, right? Then the Google My Business account is automatically verified as well. But the most common method, in fact, the only method that I've actually seen is postcard so far. So after this screen, it doesn't mean that you would then jump to the verification screen, right? You would then go to a screen whereby you actually put in your business hours, right? So you continue to put in certain information after the verification screen. So you're required to put in business hours. For storefront, you would state the official hours when your customers are being served. For service area, it will be the timing whereby you're taking calls. For appointment-only businesses, like for example, if you are a boutique, a high-end boutique, and you don't serve customers in your stores, it's closed all the, most of the time, and you open your store or your shop only when you have got a customer who has made an appointment with you and you're coming to your shop, right? So appointment-only businesses, you would preferably remove all the business hours. Okay, you don't put in anything, and I'll explain why. The Google My Business platform also supports other time slots. Like for example, if you are a bar and you have got happy hours, you can actually put in happy hours information as well. And if you've got special opening hours, like for example, during the Hari Raya Puasa, whereby your restaurants could be open only during shortened hours, you can put that in. You can put that in as well. Google My Business actually supports these special hours also. Right, split hours for restaurants is supported as well. Right, so why do I find that it's important that hours, putting in accurate hours is important? But the reason is because if there are people filing complaints to Google saying that you both them, right? When they try calling you during the office, the hours that you're actually put in, and nobody picks up. They call multiple times and nobody picks up. They could actually file a complaint. And if Google receives a lot of such complaint, they might actually either suspend your account or they might actually remove your account totally. The other thing is adding messaging, right? Google My Business has become really quite advanced, right? To the point whereby there's even a messaging feature in it, even though it's free, right? So messaging for Google My Business is very much like Facebook Messenger, right? You need to install an app on your phone so that people can actually text you and you can actually reply the messages as well. You have to decide whether you want to use the messenger or not. For ourselves, we don't use it. Okay, the reason is because the requirements is as stringent as the hours, the business hours that you put in as well. So if you use the messaging feature and then you don't reply to messages, and you don't reply it within a reasonably a reasonable timeline, Google may actually then suspend your account or remove your account. That's the reason why we don't use this, we don't activate this messaging feature, because for our business, we most of the time we conduct our business over other type of messengers, like for example WhatsApp or emails, or we take phone calls. That's why we hardly even monitor messages like this. So that's why we for ourselves we don't even activate this feature. So the next thing is, okay, in any case, when you see the skip button, you can skip. You don't have to set up all these screens. The earlier screens, you don't see any of such a skip button. But ever since from the business hours screen, you start seeing the skip button. You can skip, right? If you skip, it doesn't mean that you miss out the opportunity to put in the information. You'll still be able to enter the information in the info section that I'll be showing you later, right? So if you're not ready, you can always skip this screen because you're supposed to write, right? And how many of us can just naturally write? Because we're not writers, so we don't. Usually, most of the time we have to prepare. But in any case, the guide that we'll be sending you provides you hints on what to write, the format to write, how to place keywords and stuff like that as well, in order to optimize this particular section. Right. So if you want to, you can skip this screen. But if you want to start putting information, because some of us are impatient, right? We will just want to quickly act on it. Then after that, we can forget about it, right? So what are the things that you can actually be putting in here? You can put in nature of your business, key products and services that are provided by your business, why choose your business, or the advantages of choosing your business, for example, awards that your business might have won over the years, right? Because that gives you credibility, right? And other information that people would want to know about your business, right? The important thing is, if you want people to know that they come to the right place, and if you want Google search engine to know precisely what your business does, then put in a keyword that you think that people might actually be using to search for your type of business or the type of products and services that you offer. In the first line of the first paragraph of your business description, right? This is very important for us. Search people. This is something that we do in order for the search engines to quickly recognize what we are, or that particular the text in that particular page is all about. Right? In this instance, will be your business description. Right? Do not put in any URLs here. Do not put in any HTML codes to try to look to make the text here nice. Like for example, you want to bold it, you want to put in HTML codes and stuff like that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work here. Right? The text limit in this particular box is 750 characters. Right? You see a counter. You see a counter there. So the maximum is 750 characters, including space. Right, the next is uploading your business photos. Okay, my suggestion to you is to skip this and do it later. Right, because there are a number of things that you need to be doing. The first thing is I would recommend that you take the photos with your phone, because you can actually switch on location services on your phone, and the photos will be tagged with geo coordinates of your location. meaning when you take the photos when you're at the shop, it would be able to recognize where the photos are taken, which is in the vicinity of the shop. And then with that, once you upload the photos, you'll be able to see that, hey, these particular photos are taken of your shop are actually within the vicinity. It tells Google that more precisely the information that you've actually shared within or entered within your location. The other thing that I will also encourage you to do is ask your customers, your good customers, to do the same as well. Take photos, turn on their location services, take photos of your shop, and then upload to your Google My Business account from their phone. So when Google search engine is able to, or when the platform is able to see that, hey, there are more people from different devices uploading phones, indicating where the geo coordinates, the coordinates of your location, they will then be able to verify that your information is genuine, right? Which is good for your account, your business. This is a teaser from Google. It's free advertising. You actually get a $75 credit from Google to advertise in their Google ads. You can claim your credit and use it. You have a time, it's a time limited offer. So you are going to use it, if I remember correctly, within a month after you have activated. You've set up your Google Ads account and you have activated the free credit. So this is something free for you, right, from a free platform. So we are done, right? So we are done. Let me now show you my account so that you know where the info section is that I mentioned. Okay, so this is our account. You see emerged MLAB here. Okay, if you go three tabs down, you see the info section. Okay, so whatever information that you put in just now during the visa process, they are all here. They are all gathered here. So if you were to have a look at this, they are actually all gathered here. So that's why I mentioned, even if you skip certain steps, it doesn't matter. Right, because you can do it here. This is the service the business description section that I mentioned just now. Right, so they are all gathered here. The other thing that I would ask you to put in is the services section if you are a service, so that Google will pick out the services that you offer in if somebody will search for your types of services. The other thing that you can actually put is products. I will not go through products. I'm showing you if you click on products, where would you actually be going? We'll not go through products. You can play with it on your own. Okay, the next place that I would like, okay, anyway, this is the services section that I mentioned just now. Okay, the other place that I would like to show you is how to set up your website. Okay, we have actually done it. We have our own website. We don't really use this, but if you don't have a website, Google My Business actually provides you the feature, the component whereby you can actually set up a free website. There is really not much that you can do here. Right? You can choose themes that you want to use. right? Which is this. You cannot change the colors, you cannot change the font that you want to be using, and so forth. But what you can do is you can actually do, you can actually put in a header photo. You can actually change certain headlines. The rest of the content is actually pulled from the info section. That's why there's really nothing much that you can actually be doing here. The good thing is you can also, because of that, you can easily set up your a website that your business can actually use when it's set up. And this website may actually, if it's properly optimized, it may actually stand a chance to be listed on a Google search when people are searching for your business, for your type of business and products as well. Right. So these are the additional headline description and summary header that you can actually put in. In our guide, I've actually taken screenshots of this particular section and also hints and information on what, and examples on what you can actually be putting in as well. Right, you can actually put in additional photos if you want to. Otherwise, you actually pull from your existing photos. Right? Okay, the other thing that I have not mentioned to you is about reviews, which I will go through with you very shortly. I would strongly encourage you to get customers whom are really happy with your services to write reviews for you. And not just giving you stars, but write text, right, in their reviews. Right, the last part is the settings. Right, this is the part where I mentioned just now. If you don't have a website and you want this website that you created in Google My Business to be able to show up in Google search results, then click on this. If not, then don't click on this. Right? So once you've done that, you publish a website. If you want to see how the website looks like, it looks like this. Okay, it even shows a map where your business is. And also the buttons that you've chosen and so forth. Don't worry about this. You're not gone through this, it's totally fine. Because I've actually put in information about this and the screenshots in the guide. And the business hours are actually pulled from your info section, information that you've actually keyed in earlier. Okay, I would very quickly talk about reviews. Okay, if you see here, we've got a number of reviews. Most of them I've actually convinced our customer to write something about us because reviews play an important part in the credibility of your Google My Business account. When Google sees more reviews, more positive reviews, more stars, they would actually be able to see that they will give you plus points, right? Brownie points when it comes to understanding whether your business is credible or not. So where to find it? Go to the Home tab. You'll see two tabs down on the right-hand side, you'll see a Get More Reviews. Click on Share Review Form. You'll see a link. Right? Just provide this link to your customer. Okay? You can copy and paste this link. WhatsApp them, message them whatsoever, email them, just provide them this link to the customer. Okay, I'm done with the demo. Let me just go back to my screen. Okay, I wanted to quickly talk about what are the things that you can do after you set up your Google My Business account. Okay, once you do that, you can actually try to optimize your Google My Business account. These are the 4 things that I would strongly encourage you to do. The 4 foundations of optimizing Google My Business account are this. The first thing is prominence, relevance, locality, and consistency. So for prominence, what can you do? What you can do is you can set up additional social media profiles and then put in information in there, put in your business information in there, and make sure that they are similar to the information that you have actually put in your Google My Business account, so that Google can see that they are related and they are accurate. Right? In online, go to online, also register your business with online directories as well. Right? The more the merrier, but choose those that are reputable. Right? So same thing, put in your business, put in the same information that you have actually put in Google My Business account. Right? And of course, if there are reviews in those other platforms that you have, like for example, Facebook page and so forth, get customers to review them or post reviews in those accounts. The other thing is relevance. Make sure that the content in Google My Business describes the real nature of your business. Make sure that the categories that we have put in is accurate. It describes the nature of the real nature of your business. Make sure that the media files, the photos, the video, and so forth, that you have actually uploaded, if you can, name them properly before you upload them, meaning name them, putting in your business information before you upload them, or business name before you upload them. Right. The third thing is the locality. Make sure that the postal code that you have actually keyed into your Google My Business account, your GMB, is correct. Right. Make sure that the postal code that you put in the other social media profiles and the online directories are correct. Right. And if you can, in the body summary, in the summary body of your website, if you can, put in the public transport mode. Like for example, if your buses, public bus in the vicinity of your shop, put in the bus numbers. If you've got MRT, put in the name of the MRT station within the summary body. And the final thing is, be consistent across whatever platform that you are actually using. Like I mentioned to you a number of times, so make sure that you are consistent, so that Google is able to verify the information that you've actually put in. So this is about the 4 foundations. If you have missed any of this, doesn't matter. They are actually in the PDF document that we'll be sending across to you. Okay. Q&A. Any questions that you might have? I'm actually done with the presentation. Is there any questions? Okay, let me just go through the list of questions. Okay. Home baking and stuff like that. You can try, if you can, if Google allows you to, you could actually then, you will actually then receive the postcard. So tailoring, home baking, you can try. Okay, hawker. Okay, remember you have got to be receiving a postcard. If you cannot receive the postcard, you will not be able to verify your account. You can set up an account, but the thing is, if you can't verify, you will not be able to complete the setup of the Google My Business account. Okay, if you have got various departments, okay, I don't quite understand what do you mean by various departments. You can actually put in a department as a service. It will be under the same account, but of course, it's got to be related to what you are doing. Right, but if you have got multiple stores, Go My Business account actually support multiple store locations as well. We have not gone through that, but there is a place in Go My Business account whereby you can actually set up multiple stores. Okay, for business name that is under create account, do you? Okay, like I mentioned, put in your trading name, so your outlet's brand name, right? Don't put in the, if the company name register is different from the outlet's brand name, then put in your outlet's brand name, right? Which essentially is which is the same as your physical setup. So if you're a service business without a storefront, you can set up Go My Business as well. When you set up your company, you would have a registered company address. Use the registered company address. If you're using a virtual office, just let the virtual office know that they should be expecting a postcard from Google, and they should be providing you the code of the postcard if they receive it, right? Because you need that code to verify the Google My Business account that you set up. Okay, it doesn't have to be a registered business because Google will not be able to verify whether your business is registered or not. Right, so you can, if you can be providing a home-based business, you can be running the business at home, provided it is legit. And as long as you receive the postcard from Google, you'll be able to verify and complete the setup of your GMB account. There's no need for, okay, this is not a paid service that Google has provided. It's a free service. The subscription is valid as long as the account is valid. So it's perpetual until, of course, Google do something about it, because we never know whether Google might actually end such a platform or not. But as of now, they have been supporting this platform because it is of value to their services, to their Google search and their Google Maps services. Remember, Google Maps is not all about providing location, providing driving directions to drivers. It is also for people to look for is for the drivers to be able to find local businesses as well. So there is value to supporting Google My Business, even though it's free. Yes, you can choose additional categories later in the info section that I show you. So you can choose up to 9 different categories later, or additional 9 categories later. You cannot skip postcard verification unless, okay, sometimes what you can do is you can try logging in maybe 2 weeks to a month after you've set up your Google My Business account to see whether it's verified automatically or not. If it is not verified automatically and you have not received the postcard, what you can only do is you can request the postcard again, right? Within that particular box whereby you're supposed to be verifying your GMB account. If you don't have a postcard and Google doesn't send it to you, which sometimes they may actually miss out, you cannot verify your account and you cannot continue to use it. Okay, if you have an existing website, don't merge. Continue to use your existing website. You can still set up the free GMB website, but don't list the GMB website for Google search, right? Because if you have an existing website and the free GMB website, what I can tell you is, if the priority of your own website would be given to list in Google search, right? It's more powerful because Google sees that as priority to list in Google search or to feature in Google search when somebody looks for your business or your type of products and services, right? So always use your own website as priority. You can use a vanity URL, but you have to subscribe to you have to register a domain, right? Like how you register a domain with another with a domain registrar, like for example Exabytes or Vodin and so forth. The only thing is you'll be registering with Google. Yes, Google have a domain registrar as well, so you register with Google. Any other SEO tips? Not for this particular webinar, because that would probably be a 2-day webinar just to go through SEO. Okay, okay, I will have to skip reputable business directories. Okay, okay, I'll come back to directories if I got time. Okay, in that lesson, okay, what I've actually gone through you is really quite comprehensive. What is going to be in depth would be the guide that we'll be sending across to you. Right? That guide is really in depth. We've taken a lot of time just to write that. We've also done extensive research so as to make sure that we don't miss out anything. Use the guide as you are trying to set up Google My Business. In fact, the guide is set up in such a way whereby you actually be putting in information in a box as you go through the steps, go through the guide step by step. Advertising is not free. If you want a professional to sell advertising for you as well, it's not free as well. What Google is only providing is a $75 credit. The $75 the $75 offer would end either when all the credits are used up or whether that 30-day period is actually up. So advertising is not free. In fact, one of the ways for Google to be able to make money from this particular platform is through interested business owners to want to advertise in Google Ads as well. That's why they're actually giving you the $75 free. It's a teaser. How long can we use the add-on? As long as the platform is valid and Google supports the platform. Can you key in Chinese text? Okay, I've never tried it before, but you can try. I believe you can because nowadays platforms support foreign language as well. Yes, when I mean postcard, it's a physical postcard. Right? Physical postcard. The reason why physical postcard is sent is because so that you cannot change it, right? Because people cannot give you a fake postcard and then try to and then change the code and stuff like that. Anyway, fake codes doesn't work as well, right? So, but in any case, at this point, physical postcards are being sent. You don't need to register a company in order to use GMB. But the thing is, in Singapore, we do need to register a company in order for us to be able to transact as a business or to do business transactions. Right? Is the law. Okay, Google, the products within Google My Business is not the same as Google Shopping. Okay, so I've also mentioned about home-based businesses earlier as well. So you can try. Okay, I would have to end here because we have overrun, not way overrun, but we have overrun. I have actually answered most of the questions over here. Okay, the very last one that I want to answer is about a salesperson from a real estate agency. Okay, you are one of the business or entity that is not eligible to use GMB. Okay, so you are not eligible. If you are a real estate agent or you're an insurance agent and so forth, you're not eligible. All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'll hand this back to Smart Nation
Thank you.
team.
Thank you so much, Kirby, for your wonderful presentation and going through all the questions. We'd like to apologize if we couldn't answer all of your questions, but we hope that we at least were able to introduce you to this new free tool. And also, before you leave, please head over to go.gov.sg/SNT feedback to provide your feedback for this session. And you can also follow our Smart Nation social media where we will share more about our other webinars in the future. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a great day ahead. Thank you so much, Kirby, and thank you so much for attending.
And I really hope you set up your GMB account. If you have got any issues, just email us. The email address is at the back of the guide.
Yeah, we will forward this over. We'll forward the information over to you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Take care. Stay safe. Take care.